Okay, so same kind of problem as the other one. This time you've got 4 sides. Now again, it's not going to matter how many sides you got. So again, plug it in. Do what you know you're going to do. So if I know 3 out of the 4 here, add those up, subtract them from from 360. So if I add together, you can go ahead and close it. So if we add together the 119, the 115, and the 32. If you add together the 3 pieces that you know, what is that going to total out to be? A big number. 266. 2. So we should get 266. Is that what everybody got?
Yes.
Okay, so now we know we should be doing what? Subtracting that from 360 as a normal. So 360 minus the 266 should give us 94. Now, what is that telling us what x is? No, because what do we need to do? We need to divide. Because 47x should equal that 94. Not just x. That whole angle. So this whole angle right here has to equal 94. So now you should be dividing by 47. So if you work that out, when you divide by 47, you should get 2. So now that tells us what x is. So a lot of times you're not, when you do that simple add and subtract, you're not solving for x at that point. You're solving to find out how many degrees you have left. And you had 94 degrees left. So that entire angle had to equal 94. So when you divide it by 47, it tells you what x had to be. So a lot of this is simple. I just had to add or subtract and find it. So any questions? So a lot of this is going to be simply, they're going to ask you what does everything total up to have to be on the outside. So what does the entire outside have to equal? 360. You don't even have to think about it. If it's the exterior, it's automatically equal to 360. You just simply type in 360 and go to the next question. But make sure they are asking for the entire, not a certain angle. So if they ask for the entire, it's automatic 360. But if they give you a problem like this, then you're going to have to actually solve it out. Okay? So, you got 2 things to do right now. The first one I want you to do is the worksheet posted on Google. Okay? So, right now, the first thing you've got to do is the centroid and median worksheets posted on Google. So that is already posted on Google, and it should already be waiting on you. Now again, it's a mixture of some things. You're going to need a sheet of paper because you are going to have to label the triangle at the top of the page. I don't know if I've got mine sitting over here with me or not. Yes, I do. This is my copy of the worksheet. So, on the worksheet you are pulling up from Google, number 1, you have a triangle. It says you need to draw and label all of these pieces on that triangle. So, can you where the midpoints are, where the centroid is.
Yeah.
All these things that I've already shown you
Yeah.
for 2 days.
Can we? Yeah. I got a question. Can we use the no?
Yes. So you're gonna have to label those 6 things that I've got listed here on this triangle. So you're gonna have to label those. So draw the triangle and then label everything that I've got listed there. Because if you don't know where those things are, that could be one of the problems as to why you can't solve a problem. You don't know what they are. Then in part 2 here says tell which group each statement belongs to. Does it belong to the median or does it belong to the centroid? So I've written down here 5 statements. A, B, C, D, E. Those 5. Which one of those 5 belong to the median? Which ones belong to the centroid? So I wrote down on A, cuts the line segment into 2 pieces, short and long. So you will write down that that either belongs to the centroid or you write down that that belongs to the median. So you're going to have to know these things. So you got to do that. That is part 2. Part 3 right here. All I asked you is what is the formula? So what is the formula for the long segment? What is the formula for the short segment? Again, I gave those to you. You should be able to give them back. And then finally, you have 4 easy, should be easy questions to do. So I gave you 4 easy ones to do and solve. So that's job 1. So right now, the first thing you need to do is pull that up out of Google Classroom. And you need to write all that down on a sheet of paper. You need to answer the questions. You need to label the triangle. You need to solve the problems. And you need to attach it and send it back. So that's job 1. Job 2 will be to do the exterior part of iExcel. And I'm not going to post it right now because some of you are going to bypass this part and try to go straight to iExcel. That's not how it works. So you need to do this part first.